Let's see if we can get into some interesting post-flop spots. Not that much happening right now, but that's generally a theme. Whenever I'm recording on these Zoom pools, people are just playing small pots, stealing a lot. That's where a lot of EV comes from. And whenever a lot of money goes in the middle, usually both players have quite a strong range. 773 against the recreational, I don't mind just the range betting anyway, at least against the short stack. This is something where if you start playing against better opponents, you definitely need to have a check back range. It's just you have a nut disadvantage on this board, and a hand like King 8 is fine to just check back and then give up. But if you play against weaker players, like recreationals, I think just range betting anyway is fine. Here we're gonna 3-bet blindly blind with the ace king, with the plan of 5-bet jamming should we face a 4-bet, but we do just take it down. If you go 9 or 10 big blind, it doesn't really make a difference, a bit more of a preference thing. Both strategies are valid. You're a bit more polarized if you go to 10 big blinds.
Hello everyone, ValueHeavy Peter and his cat here with a quick announcement. At the end of October, we'll be doing 5 group coaching sessions with Rufi about single race spots. It's again going to be only 99 euros, so really good bargain. If you're interested, make sure to join our Discord, link down below. Send a message to me or Rufi if you want more information, if you want to reserve a spot. Everything you can do on the Discord, again, link down below. Back to the video, have fun.
A7, again going for 3-bet. Could just fold, you could flat call as well, although I'd normally recommend to just play 3-bet or fold. We do get a call, really good board for us. These double Broadway boards you can just play with 25% range. And 7s facing a call, we're kind of not really loving it. When we get called, we don't really want to bluff, but obviously against the raise, we're just folding. Now we're gonna 3-bet and the pocket aces over on the other table against what again seems like a very tight player, although a small sample. 993. Board where you can go either way. I think against a tighter guy, I'd rather just do the betting myself. Half pot or 75%, both are fine sizes here. Actually, I don't mind sizing up to 75% here. And kind of polarize a bit more already. We do just take it down though. He's already supposed to fold hands like 8s, 7s, even 10s without a club. Is probably really close here because we are polarizing to basically queens plus. And actually these large bets, although he might overfold hands like ace queen, he might overcall some of the pocket pairs, thinking he has to call one. So I think it's a good strategy, and actually aces, when you in these tighter formations, not really the type of hand that you want to slow play much, and just try to stack his queens, jacks, maybe even kings that he could potentially have in that formation. And then when you're in later position, your aces often becomes a slow play, and you rather build the pot with jacks, 10s, and queens. We get aces again. We're a bit deeper with the big blind, so I'll size up to 2.5 big blinds with my open raise. If you just stick with the normal 2x open, it's fine too. To be honest, I probably forgot it for a good while with some of my other hands too. King Jack here opening. Now I'm not deep with the big blinds, I'm not going to size up. King Queen, we are going to 3-bet. Looks like a regular from the stats, but a short stack, so yeah, not really too sure. This guy's King 10, probably still fine as no. Again, I should have open raise larger here. 10-9-3, really good board for us. 40% half pot, all work great here. He can definitely have 10s and 9s. And then the ace coming in a turn. He should fold most of his ace-x hands. We can definitely have more ace-x, so it's a good card for us. Can have ace-queen, ace-jack with the backdoor. But I think we are going to barrel. And I think I'm just sizing up right away, putting max pressure on everything that's not an ace really. We still have outs. We block ace-queen suited. So I think it's a spot, a very good spot to keep barreling and applying a lot of pressure. Queen 5. I think that's bottom of my opening range. I just going to fold 9 deuce. Close against 2.7. I think I will just defend it. Probably defend every suited hand then. And these guys seem tight enough. So again, sizing up and opening here. With the open ender, we're definitely defending blindly blind here. Not going to raise. We're drawing to the bottom end of the straight on the king. But definitely going to call. And then on the turn, this is close. But I think we just fold. On a board like this. My outs are not too great. I think we have enough pair with a redraw, like hand like 6-9, 10-9. I think it's a better redraw, and also on the king, we're not that happy and probably potentially even have to fold, facing another barrel. The only argument they're calling is that if he checks on the river, it's very likely that people overfold there. Here, this is a good example of where we can maybe take some of the regulars into a bit of an unfamiliar spot. These boards, you can play smaller bets, but overbet is definitely a good sizing, maybe even the preferred sizing, and basically build around our ace, jack, queens, king's advantage that we have here, putting a lot of pressure on his one pair hands right away. And then hands like king, queen are very great in that strategy. The turn, probably a give up in theory, but I don't mind barreling this. I think he took a long time on the flop, which might make him a little bit weaker here. And there's a lot of pair plus draws that call the turn and then fold the river. And a lot of his very strong hands will just jam on the turn. The reason why this theory is probably not the best barrel, I mean, some of his, queen 3 of diamonds, for example, that he calls a flop with, will have to call fold the turn, but we also block some combo jams like queen 10 or queen 8 of diamonds. So in that case, it is great. So I think it's a completely fine standard hand. We're fine bet folding a hand like this one compared to if we had like a flush draw, where we'd be a bit more worried about betting and then having to fold here. While with our hand, we have a decent amount of equity when we do get called, but bet folding is okay. Obviously never great, but it's not going to happen that often. So there's two ways to kind of interpret it. His tank on the flop, that it's either weak and he has like the bottom end of his defending range, or he has a strong hand that is considering a raise in the flop and then just check call to raise later. 7-6 here, kind of going either way, but let's play the pocket tens. Didn't see them under 3-betting. This guy could potentially be a recreational. There's a decently large gap between his VPIP and PFR. We see a good 4 jam. This guy's actually pretty tight, but obviously nothing really to do but to call, and he does actually have aces. And here the Jack 7, I'm going to 3-bet. Kind of jack 7, jack 8, the bottom of your 3-betting range here. A bit larger because we're deeper. And unfortunately, luckily and unfortunately, he only had 35 big blinds. But yeah, kind of confirms the nit tag there. Queen 5-5. This is a board where we can bet at a high frequency, but not really at range. And then checking back some of your top pairs is a great strategy, especially when we're deeper. He can leverage his 5x advantage quite a bit, putting a lot of pressure on us if he wants to. When he does it or not is another question. But I think checking back and then mainly with the plan of calling 2 streets is a decent strategy. There's a lot of draws that opened up with the 9 now on the turn. And obviously we're beating all the other queen X now. Think, however, we still just want to call. Now we split with any other queen, which is not great, but hopefully he does keep bluffing. He does check now. Not too easy to get called here. But we can have some jack 10, king jack here, and he might have chosen to, you know, bet the hand like ace 9 on a turn. That is now going to call. But yeah, I think a great alternative to kind of let them make a mistake, probe too much on a turn. And with a hand that very often doesn't go for 3 streets anyway. We open the pocket 7s, we get squeezed. Here we want to react to a lot of 4-bets, not too much calling. There's a recreational behind who's really tight though, so again I don't think it's that great of a spot, then just going to fold right away. Just curious to see if this guy plays any rejams. We've been going for half an hour, so we'll play a couple more hands and then call it a video. There were some interesting spots, although to be fair, not that many. But anyway, let me know if you like the concept of this video. Trying some more unconventional line, going a bit more into detail why we do what we do. And yeah, let's sit out the next big blind. The ace jack here, I think we can come in for the 3-bet. Again, what could be against the potential recreational. It's kind of borderline hand. And we do take it down. We get ace queen to finish off the video. Going to 3-bet. And we get jacks as well. So maybe 2 more hands at the end of the video. Um, 8-7-4 two-tone, a board that is pretty good for the preflop caller. It's not 8-7-6 where we probably just have to range check. We probably do get to have some bets on this board still. However, ace queen without a diamond, probably just going to check. We really want to just bet most of our strongest hands there. Ace queen, we're just trying to get to showdown. And when we check back, 4-2 straight comes in. He will bluff us off the best hand here quite a bit. But we will check back a lot of our overpairs here too. Hands like ace 8 suited, ace 5 suited. That are definitely better calls. So this one is just going into the mug. Other table already finished. So yeah, I think with that, let's see, last hand. No, that's it. So yeah, definitely let me know what you think of this new video idea, sort of advanced fundamentals, and then I can do more in the future. And until then, have a good one, guys, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.